Which is the most beautiful song, in your opinion? Kickstart My Heart. You can talk about love songs or sad songs all day long. But if we're talking about a song that perfectly captures the emotions it's trying to capture in a beautiful way, Kickstart My Heart does it better than any other song. I'm not even a heavy metal fan in general. I don't even like any other Motley Crue songs besides maybe Shout at the Devil. But KMH hits all the right notes at all the right moments. It is musical perfection. Moonshiner's Goodnight Texas. It's a song about a man who learned that the local sheriff's department can't be trusted, and burned down the local sawmill whilst fighting. At least that's what I got from the song. The singer has an awesome voice, with good banjo or a dobro. I'm not too good at telling different string instruments apart, and drum work in the background provides a nice picture in the imagination. Scene 51 from the Casshern soundtrack, by the legendary Shiro Sajisu. Love this movie, but the soundtrack took me to a whole other level, mind-blowingly beautiful to me. It has 3 distinct tracks. This song, I implore you listen to them all. Many of the songs I really think are beautiful have already been mentioned, so I'll pick a bit more niche. Epica Tides of Time. It's a song they wrote after the death of the grandmother of one of their members. His grandmother was probably their first and biggest fan and would always take care of them while they were practicing. Simon and Garfunkel appeared on the Andy Williams Show back in the day and did an absolutely beautiful rendition of Scarborough Fair. Just their 3 voices and an acoustic guitar, through a single microphone. Stunning. Santa Claus You Cunt by Kevin Bloody Wilson. Because my brother and I heard it as kids on a tape we shouldn't have been listening to, we laughed so hard I got a headache and he peed his pants. Then we laughed harder at each other. It was pure brotherly bliss. I have a few, Enya Wild Child, The River Sings, Book of Days, but almost any tune that lady ever did, Emo. Now We Are Free Falling Gladiator. The PlayStation main menu's theme D, those are the ones that came to my mind after 5 seconds. You won't believe this. I was thinking of a song and someone outside in what sounds like a Mustang is blasting Simon and Garfunkel's The Sounds of Silence at 6:30 in the morning. Must be a sign, so I will go with that. It's not just the song, it's also a function of the performer. For me, live always trumps recorded. I love this one. The piano, the setting, the voice, just melts into the air. Have you ever seen The Rain? By Creedence Clearwater Revival. I don't know, driving on a freeway, top down, cruising state to state with this tune cranked up is just incredibly moving and nostalgic in its own way. Beautiful. Beautiful is a very specific quality. While it's not the most euphoric song, the most beautiful and probably an Enya song or an Oko Flow or Time. The Cranberries' Dreams would be a third. Grace Jim McCann Dubliners. The song about one of Ireland's patriots, Joseph Plunkett, who married his bride a few hours before he was executed in Kilmainham jail by the British terrorists. Free Era, 4-Leaf Clover. I'm torn between Landslide by Fleetwood Mac and Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce. Top 3 spot is occupied by You're Gonna Live Forever and Me from my favorite John Mayer album, The Search for Everything. Claire de Lune. It's just perfect. It feels like a dream. If I can wander the darkest and most still corners of my own mind, not dark as in bad but dark as in dim, this is what would play. Diamonds and Rust. It's the story of Joan Baez's relationship with Bob Dylan. She is so forthcoming and honest about her emotions. Her lyrics put you everywhere in their relationship. All Eyes on Me, Bo Burnham, the pure emotion in his voice and the fact that he made it all in his room by himself. The interlude, the backstory. I could listen to it 100 times in a row. Little Round Mirrors by Harvey Danger, Tiny Human by Imogen Heap, Breeze Off the River from the musical adaptation of The Full Monty. Those songs each took a turn saving my life. I'm Not Worth the Tears, Dolly Parton. Honorable mentions. Eric Clapton, Tears in Heaven. Yam Tongi, You Know Which One. Goodnight, Cher Lloyd. Stan the Man, Adam Sandler, all of them depending on the circumstances. Been listening to Queen 39 a lot lately after I read the story behind it, basically the plot of Interstellar. Oh Holy Night, but not a commercial version. Sung by a proper church choir with solemnity, it is one of the most moving songs I've ever heard. Virgo's Groove, Beyonce, I just really love how it sounds. Only 6 minutes song, I'll listen to without skipping through it to speed things up. Bittersweet Symphony by The Verge was the first that came to mind. Only by Ryx came next. I refuse to choose between the two now. To Do by Mohammad Reza Jadrian. You can find it on YouTube, here's a link. Reckoner and Videotape by Radiohead. Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel. The line which connection I should cut always gets to me. Considering how this could be a safety question for one of your accounts, I would recommend people not to answer this publicly. Ashes of Eden and Dawn by Breaking Benjamin and Children of the Sun by Poets of the Fall are just a couple of my favorites. Mahia and many other epic songs by Kalafina. Also several songs like Creedence Just Hisham vs Puella Magica by Yuki Kaji. Please, please, please let me get what I want by the Dream Academy. My favorite type of beautiful is Hauntingly Beautiful, Azalea, Duke Ellington. Performed by Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong. When the Walls Come Falling Down, Jamie and Comments. In my head, Jason Derulo. Beneath Your Beautiful Labyrinth. Considering I always get goosebumps when the bass sets in, I have to go with Cara Mia Dio from Portal 2. Du bist ihre Franz Schubert. Thank Me Later. Take Me Somewhere Nice by Mogwai. It's an experience. It's slow and melodic and sad. It's beautiful. Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis. Tom Waits can take you on an emotional roller coaster. Love of a Lifetime Firehouse. It just stuck on me the first time I heard this song on a radio. Can't Decide. Sing Along Billy Crudup Predatorless soundtrack. Fade In Fade Out Nothing More. Miserere Mei, Deus by Gregorio Allegri circa 1638. Canon in D major is timeless and beautiful. Wish You Were Here Neck Deep. Angel Sarah McLachlan. Leave on Elton John. These come to mind. Veiled SM. X200B. Also known as a song that plays the 10th Doctor to his regeneration. The Flower Duet by Dalid from the opera Log Me. The Thinner the Air by Cocteau Twins. Watching from a Distance by Warning Personally. Crazy Sad Song, gives me nostalgic feels. NRB holds a special place in my heart. There are so many perfect songs out there though. Strawberry Swing Coldplay. Captures a childhood nostalgia that's hard to replicate. 13 by Elliott Smith. Really Anything by Elliott Smith. Also, Sex Tape by Deftones. 2112 Part 3 Discovery by Rush. Close runner-up The Best of Times by Dream Theater. Radiohead House of Cards. It's not even sad, just beautiful perfection of music. Keep Me in Your Heart Zevon. Brothers in Arms Dire Straits. Tears in Heaven Clapton. The Rose by Bette Midler. The Book of Love by Peter Gabriel are a tie for me. The most beautiful song is the one that reminds you of someone that you love. What Was I Made For? By Billie Eilish. Everything in this song hits so hard. Crying Face. Till Die I Von Satan. Farewell by Shadow of Intent. That China Symbol hits slaps beyond this realm. A Summer Place. This Guy's in Love with You. My Precious Love. Unchained Melody. Silent Lucidity by Queensryche, is my favorite type song. To me is perfection. Angel of the Morning by Juice Newton. One Day by The Verve. America by SG. Challenger Part 1 and 2 by We Lost the Sea. The Rose by Barbra Streisand. Waterloo Sunset by The Kinks. Love of My Life by Queen, live, with Brian May playing acoustic guitar. Timbuktu Nothing But Thieves. Connor's voice is honestly incredible. This is a moment from the musical version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Basketball Shoes by Black Country New Road. Not even a question for me. Little Star by Stina Nordenstam. Tom. It's a Swedish song from the 90s. Over the Rainbow What a Wonderful World Israel Kamikawi Wo Songbird. However, I like the Glee version by Naya Riviera. For me, it's Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver. The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. His voice is velvet. I can see the light in the demo version of At All Costs. Memory Reboot. Edit Forgot to add Never Gonna Give You Up. Rainmaker by Iron Maiden. The riff is just so beautiful. I mean any song listened in the right feelings for me. Nocturne for Tamaki from Moran High School Host Club. A Bad Makan Egyptian song. One Tunisian song. Enya Orinoco Flow.